kind of disaster is never pleasant.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast, the only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment.
This will be your source of survival instructions and information. Every member of the family must be coached in the business of survival.
Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Trump.
Go, vote, go, vote.
Welcome to the podcast. Dude, episode
It's just
115.
gonna go away.
Yeah, that just goes on forever. The
Can't
Halloween
hear
special.
anything. Music's too loud.
Halloween special.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I am excited, actually.
Okay, this was the toughest Halloween special we've ever done.
It was, because
You-
we feel like we've covered everything. Everything.
There's nothing on Halloween that scares us anymore, but we've found some things that are pretty funny and slightly scary.
Yeah. Because every town has some weird
Yeah.
monster.
Mm-hmm.
Like I posted about on Instagram, my hometown had one called the Dead Man's Cave.
Ooh, dead man's
Guy wrecked his motorcycle, lost his head, but he put a fish in its place.
A fish?
Haunts
Ooh,
the parts of Bear River these days.
that sounds about right.
So we're going to talk about some of those
Yeah.
scary little
We are.
legendary creatures.
And we probably should acknowledge we have a new opener.
Yeah.
We just went through that.
Did you just hear it?
Did you hear it? Yeah, we decided it's been, 4 or 5 years? Let's spice it up. Let's change it up.
Got me pumped.
Yeah, everybody's going to be pissed, I'm sure. Anytime you do anything different, well, shit, that was horrible.
That went on for 20. You guys didn't start talking for like 15 seconds.
Whatever. Anyways, we're excited about today's episode because this is a Halloween special, and we love it. It's
Halloween's great.
It's the best. We love
COVID
it.
ain't stopping no Halloween.
Nope. Still got to get my snickies. All right.
Yeah, those are good.
Hey, Cam, did you know most subscription boxes are full of samples and junk you'll never use, but not the Battle Box. It's the monthly subscription box for men and women, full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, and casual preppers. Each month, Battle Box sends you the coolest selection of hand-picked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you'd normally pay. You never know what's in the next box, but here's a sampling of what users received this month. The Revo Knives Ness, the carbon fiber actually, that's last month. Never mind. But look at this jerry can. So this is
a freaking mini jerry can.
yeah, Southern Survival jerry can.
Mil spec jerry can.
It's
How
really
freaking
cool.
awesome.
5 liters. I'm so excited about that. And then also there's a knife in there. Is it a Revo knives? What it is? Oh yes, good gracious. It's such a cool knife. It's the Revolt knives, and it's called the something. I don't know. I don't have the name of it right here. But let me tell you, it's a rad knife. You got to pull hard.
I'm
Get that-
terrified.
Yeah,
the
it's
sheath
got-
is on there so well.
it's really
I'm
cool
like, I'm
because
gonna slice my finger. in
It's a
half.
cool hunting knife because it has a gut hook that pulls out of the handle. Oh my gosh, he's gonna slice his
I'm so
finger off.
scared about it. But yeah,
But anyways, rad box, one of the best boxes they've had in the last maybe 6 months, I think.
it's amazing. Yeah,
It's really good.
some awesome gear in there.
All this badassness starts at about $30 a month. They've shipped almost 1 million boxes and won Best Men's Subscription Box of 2017. Our listeners get a free knife when you sign up at trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers. That is trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers. Get your first battle box plus a free knife at trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers.
Make something of this 2020.
Yeah,
Get you a box.
you gotta
already
salvage what's left. Get
Right.
you a battle box. All right.
Yes.
All right, Cameron. Today is the Halloween special. We've done zombies. We've done witches. We've done classic
Vampires.
monsters. Yeah, we've done them all.
Yeah.
So we said, wait.
Impregnated women by ghosts.
Oh gosh, yeah, we did do that one. That was a good one.
That
That was a really good one.
I wonder how our ghost baby doing right now.
I hope they're growing up great.
A healthy ghost baby.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
Can't wish but anything better than that.
Haunting with the best of them. But so today we decided we would. There's always these crazy stories about these weird creatures or spirits or
Yeah.
legends, and we picked a bunch of them from across the world, but mostly in the United
There's some
States.
huge lists out there.
Oh my gosh, there's
but
so
we
many.
wanted ones that had some sightings
Yeah.
and stories behind them.
There's some good ones.
And we picked a few that were pretty funny.
Sure, yeah. So this is legendary creatures, and I don't know.
Episode 1, go.
Go do it.
So let's talk about this one.
Okay,
Called
Uh-huh.
the skunk ape.
The skunk
Have
ape.
you ever heard of the skunk ape?
I think I have.
It has different names too.
It does.
It goes by the swamp cabbage man, the swamp ape, the
Yes.
stink ape, the
my
Florida
gosh.
Bigfoot, Louisiana Bigfoot,
Yeah.
Mayaka ape,
Ugh.
swamp squatch,
Yucca.
Mayaka, the swamp squatch. This sounds like
I know.
and the Mayaka skunk ape.
So is this basically Sasquatch then?
That's what I'm thinking. But
Yeah.
the drawings don't look like Sasquatch.
They don't look
it
like
looks
Sasquatch.
ridiculous. Like,
Okay.
It's like no ears, big eyes like an owl. Like, I love everybody's description of them. Oh, the hair, 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like almost everything's like 4 feet tall.
4 feet tall.
I'm pretty tall, so
Yeah.
4 feet.
Probably 4 feet. I don't know.
So anyways, the skunk ape is, or I like to call it the swamp squatch. That's a funny name.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Is a humanoid creature said to inhabit. Do you hear that weird thing with the audio?
Don't worry about it. Just go.
In some southeastern states, with
Okay.
reports from Florida being the most common, of course.
Of course.
It is named for its appearance and unpleasant odor. But we know Sasquatch stinks, too.
Yeah. We do know that.
So I think it is basically just Sasquatch of the South.
That's what it is.
So, but yeah, some of the reports describe the creature as having a pale coloration around its eyes or face, similar to a gibbon monkey.
Gibbon.
Or an ape or whatever.
Okay.
Reports of the skunk ape were particularly common in the 60s and the 70s. 74 sightings of a large, foul-smelling, hairy ape-like creature which ran upright on 2 legs were reported in suburban neighborhoods of Dade County, Florida.
Oh, man.
In 1977, after a rash of sightings by dozens of eyewitnesses across South Florida or several Florida counties, a failed to pass bill was proposed to state legislator to make it illegal to take, possess, harm, or molest anthropoids or humanoid animals.
Oh, my gosh.
It failed. So apparently you can still take, possess, harm, and molest anthropoids.
The funny thing is there really is laws around the United States that protect like some cryptids.
legendary stuff. Yeah, they do.
It's so weird.
We talked about doing an episode on the
cryptids.
Oh no, on like state laws that
state
are just
laws.
so ridiculous because
Yeah,
there's
sure.
like so many that just. Why don't we just throw that in our law book?
Just put it in there.
But
put
yeah,
it at the end
anyways,
somewhere.
watch out there if you're from Florida or the southern
Yeah.
states. A stink ape or a swamp cabbage man
Skunk ape.
might be watching you
Might
while
be.
you're out there.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Scary deal.
So what do you know about leprechauns?
Not much. They have gold and they murder people in weird grade B movies.
That's right. They do. They do.
The name of it's even Leprechaun.
Yeah. So do you want to do this one since it's yours too? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I forget this one's mine because Kobe was the one that sent me the video on
That's
this
okay. That's okay.
one. So the Crichton leprechaun.
I think it's Crichton.
Is it Crichton? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But you could say Crichton.
Never been there.
Never been there either.
Never heard of it. But it's kind of like a trailer park. Well, it is a trailer park.
100%.
In Alabama, following. So this happened in 2006, which was funny because this is like one of the first viral videos of YouTube. Which
so
is super weird, and it's still there. And Kobe showed me, and it's pretty freaking.
It's one of
funny.
the best videos I've ever seen.
So what happened on March 14th, 2006? Local NBC affiliate WPMI TV was
WPMI TV.
alerted to crowds gathering in Crichton
Yep, Crichton. You got it.
and dispatched reporter Brian Johnson to investigate. Go on, Brian.
You get on right there, Brian.
Had previously received numerous calls about possible leprechaun sightings and questions about it from friends at a barbershop and his church.
Oh, the barbershop.
Things sort of snowballed when the crew arrived, anchor Scott Walker later recalled, with multiple people claiming to have seen a leprechaun in a tree. So,
So stupid.
Crichton resident Nina Thomas Brown submitted a crudely drawn sketch of the supposed leprechaun. That was what I posted this morning.
To Instagram.
And it looks like something out of elementary school.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all like, it's like a famous drawing. Like, a lot of people recognize
They
it.
put it on the news report.
Yeah. And it looks like they sketched it 2 seconds before they put it up
Yeah.
on the TV.
Well, let me see. It got eyes and it had a face. Yep.
It's
there
got
it
a
is.
hat. Leprechaun hat. Done.
Yeah, good.
Among those who were interviewed was a woman who opined.
Opined.
I've never heard that either.
Opined.
Apparently, I don't read enough books.
It's all right.
I know medical terms, and that's it.
That's right.
That instead of a leprechaun, it could be. She said it could be a crackhead.
Could be crackhead.
What the video of that is so funny. She's like, I don't know, could be some kind of crackhead.
She's just like driving by in her car.
Yeah, I love how that assumption that happens all the time in
Yeah.
those neighborhoods. Oh, probably some kind of crackhead. I'm going home.
I don't know what it is. Probably just crackhead.
And another interviewee, DeMarco Morissette, claimed Irish ancestry and showed off a special leprechaun flute.
Yeah, did you see it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Looked like a PVC pipe or
Yeah.
something. He said that it claimed was 1,000. He claimed it was 1,000 years old.
I don't know. It's 1,000 years old.
So,
Probably.
so does the flute? Is it supposed to like call the leprechaun?
I
or-
don't know. I don't know why
It
he's
never
even
really
showing it.
went into the story.
It's just a flute.
It's a flute, everybody. He became known as the Flute Man.
He did.
I love how it's so simple to. That guy's a flute man now.
Well, you're a guy on TV with the flute. That's the flute man.
I actually saw. So, I actually saw what was sketched on paper, said Johnson at the time. Some people say it is a shadow from some of the branches being too close, and there is moss on the tree, and that could explain it. Certainly,
yeah.
I don't believe it's a leprechaun. So the piece like aired a bunch of times, and it was actually talked about by even Howard Stern. And a bunch of different shows about how like crazy and how big this became.
Yeah.
But the video is like all these people are just like gathered around and they're like, "There's a leprechaun!" Like they were all excited about
What
it.
was the one guy's like?
He was all armored up,
Everybody said leprechaun or something. What did he say? He's like
know.
leading chants or something.
but he was like directing traffic, and one guy
Yeah.
had like body armor.
Oh, they
on.
had body armor. I'm just getting ready for my. What did he say?
I can't remember.
For my encounter with the leprechaun. Yeah, and he had body armor on.
Yeah. So, the Bob and Dan Show in Dallas conducted a field investigation in 2014, interviewing locals about their memories of the incident. Numerous witnesses identified the Crichton leprechaun as a local African-American dwarf midget Sean. So he said that he
Midget
was
Sean.
probably dressed up in a leprechaun suit and climbed a tree.
Well,
Or it could have just been a crackhead.
or could have been a leprechaun.
It could have been.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So that's a Crichton leprechaun. If you want to go see that video, you can just type it in
Or
YouTube.
Crichton, whatever you want.
Crichton.
Crichton is how
That's
you
right.
spell it.
Here's another one, Cam. This one comes out of our nation's capital, the District of Columbia. Have you ever heard of the Demon Cat?
Never.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you about the Demon Cat. So the Demon Cat is
Sure, my
also-
mom's called a couple cats that.
Yeah, from a demon cat.
That demon cat stealing all cat food again.
The Demon Cat, also referred to as DC, okay, Demon Cat in DC, Washington, D.C., is the name given to the ghost of a cat, which is purported to haunt the government buildings of Washington, D.C.
Oh, it is.
Yes, So the story of the
DC
Demon Cat,
Yep.
it
Makes sense.
dates back a few hundred years when cats were brought into the basement tunnels of the Capitol building to kill rats and mice. So they're like, we got all these rats. What are we going to do? We're going to get cats.
Get a demon cat.
Get a demon. Well, there wasn't
This must
originally.
be the 10th life of the cat.
Yeah, originally it wasn't like an original demon cat. It was just a
It
cat.
became a demon
It
cat
became-
because it's haunting.
Yeah, you got to hear about the story. See, so so legend states that the demon cat is one of these cats who just never left, even after its death. Its home is supposedly the basement crypt of the Capitol building, which was originally intended as a burial chamber for George Washington. So according to legend, the cat is seen before presidential elections and tragedies in Washington, D.C., allegedly being spotted by White House security guards on nights before assassinations of John F. Kennedy and Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Right? So, before presidential elections, that means this demon cat could be coming anytime.
That's kinda
because it's coming, yes. So the cat is described as fully black. So it's just a black cat and the size of an average house cat, of course.
Well, that's exciting.
But witnesses report that the cat swells to the size of a giant tiger, 10 feet by 10 feet when alerted. So don't alert the cat or you're going to get a giant. Yeah. The cat would then.
Isn't that basically a jaguar?
I don't know. The cat would then either explode or pounce at the witness, disappearing before it
Explode.
managed. Yeah. It would just explode.
What is it?
There's a demon cat.
Oh,
Yeah, it just
it's like
explodes.
a puffer cat.
Yeah. In the 1890s, the cat is said to have inexplicably vanished when some Capitol Hill guards fired their guns at it, and another supposedly died of a heart attack after seeing it. So they're just like, they saw this cat and they just start firing in the Capitol building at that sucker.
That's the first thing everybody does.
Yeah. So
Shoot it.
the way that this came about is actually pretty dang funny. The last official sighting of the alleged ghost was during the final days or aftermath of World War II in the 40s. The U.S. Capitol Historical Society has stated that around this time, the Capitol Police Force was notorious for hiring unqualified relatives and friends of congressmen as favors, and that these men would frequently be drunk while on patrol. Right?
That still happen most of the time with jobs nowadays.
Yeah. So it was stated that
My cousin's pretty good at patrolling.
yeah, he could probably walk around here, I'm guessing. He can find
He
his
can
way
carry a
around.
gun. He knows where the trigger is.
Yeah. It was stated that a security guard was once licked by a cat when he was lying down being drunk. The man thought that
I'm just gonna be drunk for a minute.
the man thought he was still standing at the time and was frightened by the apparently giant cat. But it wasn't. He was laying down and the cat was on his face. So that's how they said
It seemed like a giant
that it
cat.
seemed like a 10 by 10
because he
cat.
was drunk
Yeah.
standing up, but the cat was.
But
as
the
high
cat
as
was
his
actually
face.
on top of his face, basically. So,
I'm surprised you don't hear about this more because
I
it's
don't know.
like tied to the
super
Capitol
interesting.
building.
I've been to the Capitol building twice too, and no one's ever said this.
Did you ever see a cat?
Those assholes. I mean, no, I never saw a cat.
Should be a statue of a cat.
Well, here's the thing. What's kept the legend alive all this time? A couple of features in the Capitol building are said to be evidence of the demon cat's existence. The most famous of these
The cat scratch pole.
is a group of shallow paw prints in the concrete of the small Senate rotunda. There's some paw prints in there. So that's from the demon cat.
Are they
Right.
regular size?
Yeah, they're just regular size.
Oh.
So,
Little feet, big body.
yeah, exactly. And so basically,
Then
that
there's fur everywhere.
yeah, there's
Anything
fur
else?
everywhere. In another part of the building, they also noted that the letters DC have been scratched into the concrete. Everyone says that's the demon cat putting his initials there.
Devil cat.
Demon cat was here. Anyways, that's the
Wow,
demon
that's
cat.
quite the story.
Yeah, that's a good one, huh?
That is a good one. Next time, if I ever visit
Yeah.
there, I'm going to look for all
Go
those
check. I
clues.
wish I would have known
Where's
this.
the paws?
I've been there twice and I haven't seen the demon cat or the paw prints.
Oh, that's awesome.
Makes me mad.
Scratched its own freaking initials in there. The Enfield Monster. So here's another one.
This is a good one.
So the Enfield Monster refers to reports of an unidentified creature around Enfield, Illinois. In April 1973, the reports were covered by the news media at the time, with some suggesting they may have been caused by a wild ape or escaped kangaroo.
I love how it's either a wild ape or kangaroo. One of the two.
All these exotic things that are like completely.
Yeah.
Is there a big zoo there? or
Might have
something?
been an ostrich. I don't know.
Could have been a velociraptor. I don't know.
Yeah, Velociraptor.
Used as a case study. This is kind of interesting that this whole thing is what led to like studying.
Yeah.
Like sociologists studied collective behavior where a group or crowd can be affected by the spread of group emotions, panics, hysteria, collective visions, and extreme instances of suggestibility. Happens very much.
It does.
All the time.
Happening right now.
nowadays. Yeah.
Happening right now.
Nowadays. Sightings. So this is what happened.
Okay.
About 9:30 on the night of April 25th, 1973, Henry McDaniel,
O.H. McD.
he heard a scratching sound at his front door.
Is that the demon cat?
I ain't in D.C. He looked out and saw something that he thought might be a bear. Taking
Oh.
a gun and a flashlight, because we're American, he headed outside into a strong wind and saw a creature between two rose bushes. He later said it had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights.
What on earth?
It stood 4.5 feet tall and was grayish colored. He added later that it was almost like a human body.
Almost like a human body with 3 legs.
I don't know.
Maybe it was a big ding dong.
Oh, that's like, what's with the 3 legs? He's just a freaking like a streaker.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Got a big old dog.
What was that?
That's
Is that a
3 legs, I
kangaroo?
think. Just some old guy like peeing in the bushes.
Yeah.
Got 3 legs. McDaniel fired 4 shots at the creature.
Of course.
One shot hitting it and causing it to make a hiss, much like a wild cat, before fleeing towards a nearby railroad embankment, covering 50 feet in 3 jumps.
Oh.
Boom!
That gotta be
Boom!
kangaroo.
Boom! It's using that 3rd leg.
Jeez.
McDaniel called the local authorities, who discovered footprints in the soft earth near the house,
Yeah.
which McDaniel described as a dog-like in shape with 6 toe pads.
What?
He's confusing me.
No.
The police considered McDaniel to be rational and sober.
Well-
He seems like a good guy.
I don't think he's drunk.
Standing there with a shotgun and no shirt on, probably.
Yeah.
The police considered him, in reporting the incident. In a later press interview, McDaniel said, if they do find it, they will find more than one, and they won't be from this planet. I
What?
can tell you that. One thing I know
Mark my words. That ain't from Earth.
Yeah, so anyway, investigators interviewing nearby residents were told that Greg Garrett, a 10-year-old neighbor of McDaniel, claimed to have encountered the creature a half an hour before McDaniel did, and the creature had stepped on his feet, tearing his tennis shoes to shreds.
Mom, I didn't do this. This was the three-legged kangaroo from the neighbors.
Then jumped off. Scared the piss out of old McDaniel.
Yeah.
The boy later told Western Illinois University researchers that the report was a hoax. He wanted to tease Mr. McDaniel
Mr.
and
M.
have fun with an out-of-town newsman.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Little
Dad.
turd.
Yeah.
Little butthole. 2 weeks later, though, on May 6th, McDaniel called the radio station,
Old McDaniel.
claiming to have seen the creature again. I love how he's like, I'm going to call the radio station.
3 a.m.
At 3 a.m, it was negotiating the trestles of the railroad tracks near his home. And McDaniel said, I saw something moving out on the railroad track. And there it stood. It didn't shoot at, I didn't shoot at it this time or anything. It started on down the railroad track. It wasn't in a hurry or anything. A search party included WWKI's news director, Rick Rainbow.
Rick Rainbow from WWKI.
Rick Rainbow. Bringing with you the weekly top 40.
Welcome to the Rick Rainbow Show. We're talking kangaroos with a third leg.
Anybody seen a third leg? Tearing kids' shoes to pieces.
Yeah.
So they explored the area and reported observing an ape-like creature standing in an abandoned building near McDaniel's house. They claimed to have made a recording of the creature's cries and fired a shot at it before it fled.
Jeez.
Everybody fires a shot at it.
Yep.
What's that?
Just shoot.
Cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman investigated the case and the sound recording. 2 days later, a day after McDaniel was interviewed on the local radio, the local press reported that police were called to investigate the reports of gunfire. Sounds like it's going off everywhere in this town. They arrested 5 young men from out of town who had come to Enfield in order to photograph the creature, carrying shotguns and rifles for protection, the men having claimed to have sighted the creature.
Jeez.
The White County Sheriff dismissed the reports as a monster hunting expedition, as an exaggeration, saying the men were just out drinking and raising hell.
That's right.
So basically the town too had tried to like downtone all of the news because they're like, I don't want monster hunters here all the time looking for this thing.
Yeah. We want a town full of monster hunters.
They had suggested that this creature may have been a kangaroo that escaped from a nearby zoo. Which explains the 3 legs. It's got a big old tail right between its legs. McDaniel was adamant that the creature was no kangaroo, having owned such a creature as a pet while on military service in Australia.
What the?
And noting that kangaroos have narrow faces and tracks that leave claw marks.
Oh.
So he's like, nah, I
Yeah.
had a pet and I know what they look like, and it wasn't the kangaroo.
I'm not no dummy.
So who knows what this thing was?
Wow.
It was the Enfield monster.
That's a
That's a
mystery.
long story, but that was pretty interesting.
That was
McDaniel had some really good sightings.
Old McDaniel had a sighting.
Old McDaniel
E-I-E-I-O.
had a sighting. Yep.
So let's talk about the Flatwoods Monster now. We had the Enfield Monster. Now we're talking about the Flatwoods Monster. I got to tell you the
Could
story.
these all be the same?
Could be, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Okay. 7:15 p.m., September 12th, 1952. 2 brothers, Edward and Fred May.
Hey, Edward.
Their Fred Tommy Heyer said they saw a bright object cross the sky and land on the property of local farmer G. Bailey Fisher.
It's good.
This is really good. The boys went to the home of Kathleen May, where they told their story. May, accompanied by the 3 boys, local children Neil Nunley, Ronnie Shaver, and West Virginia National Guardsman Eugene Lemon, went to the Fisher farm.
That sounds like a good military name.
Does, doesn't it?
Eugene Lemon.
Eugene
Lemon.
Major Eugene Lemon on duty. Went to the Fisher farm in an effort to locate whatever it was the boys said they had seen. The group reached the top of the hill, where Nunley said they saw a pulsing red light. I bet that's what it sounded like. Lemon said he aimed a flashlight in the direction and momentarily saw a tall, man-like figure with a round red face surrounded by pointed hood-like shape. What?
Okay.
Okay. The Flatwoods Monster has frequently been sighted in Cabell County. When asked why Cabell County, the monster responds, "My heart has always been at the Travelers Motel." This story,
driver.
it's a little hard to follow this story, but that's what the monster says when it's asked, apparently.
Okay.
Doesn't make no sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Still a good story.
Don't worry about it, my heart. It's always been here
At the Travelers
Cable
Motel.
County.
Descriptions varied. In an article for Fate magazine based on his tape-recorded interviews, UFO writer Gray Barker described the figure as approximately 10 feet tall with a round blood-red face, a large pointed hood-like shape around the face, eye-like shapes which emitted greenish-orange light, and a dark black or green body.
It's like all the most extreme colors.
No.
Fuchsia tail.
Neon
Toenails.
green toenails.
Yeah. Hot pink toenails.
Lightning bolts across its arms. I don't know. Had a whole bunch of weird like stuff
And it
going on.
spit thunder.
Yeah. Kathleen May described the figure as having small claw-like hands, clothing like folds, and a head that resembled the ace of spades.
Oh.
You know, like the the spades. It's like the hood, you know? According to the story, when the figure made a hissing sound and glided toward the group, Lemon screamed and dropped his flashlight, causing the group to run away.
This is a National Guardsman that dropped.
He ain't no
He pissed
just
his pants.
regular old fella off the street.
He's seen some stuff,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he's definitely seen something. The group said that it had smelled a pungent mist and later said that they were
Stings the nostrils.
nauseated. I just, when I breathed in.
Now, what is that pungent mist again?
Is that you, Eugene?
Come on, Eugene.
You been eating cabbage again?
Oh, did you just say cabbage?
You just said
Cabbage man.
Cabbage man. I got cabbage on the brain.
Cabbage man. Cabbage
Yeah.
man. Then he shows up.
Don't say it 3 times right now. The local sheriff and his deputy had been investigating reports of a crashed aircraft in the area. They searched the site and reported of the reported monster, but saw, heard, and smelled nothing. They said,
There's no pungent mist.
I don't know what the hell these boys talking about. I don't see
Pungent
nothing.
mist my butt.
Don't smell nothing. I got a nose like a bloodhound. According to Barker's account the next day, A. Lee Stewart Jr. of the Braxton Democrat claimed to discover skid marks in the field and an odd gummy deposit, which were subsequently attributed by UFO enthusiast groups as evidence of a saucer landing.
Is that like a standard?
Yeah.
Did you say gummy deposit?
Wait,
I know exactly what it is.
that's a saucer landing. You know what you got there?
If I've ever heard of one, that's a dang saucer.
You said skid marks? You said gummy deposit? Was there a pungent odor?
You should call the government right now.
You better get to Area
That
51.
It's a UFO sighting.
So after investigating the case in 2000, Joe Nickel of the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry concluded that
Odd gummy deposit.
concluded that
What the hell is this?
the bright light in the sky reported by the witnesses on September 12th was most likely a meteor.
Somebody always has a story. To
It's
counter
swamp
another
gas.
story.
Swamp gas off the atmosphere. Then the pulsating red light was likely an aircraft navigation
Gosh
beacon.
dang power company.
Goddamn power company. Brownout. And that the creature described by witnesses closely resembles an owl.
Oh.
I've seen owls like that every day of my life. Spade-like head, red, green, purple, yellow eyes,
Yeah.
pungent mist.
They land so rough, skid mark.
It's giving
And then
gummy.
they poop a little bit of gooey gummy stuff. and they leave.
They've been eating mice. You can get that gummy mice deposit. I don't know.
Broken down hair.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's the Flatwoods monster.
Man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a lot of interesting stuff there.
Yeah. Check that one out.
Nitroglycerin plant.
Yeah.
All right, here's the Goat Man,
Goat Man.
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland.
According to urban legend, the Goat Man is an axe-wielding, half-animal, half-man creature that was once a scientist who worked in the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center.
Agricultural Research Center.
Sounds intense.
Oh, geez.
Study seeds of corn and wheat and sometimes barley.
Germ and whatnot. I don't know.
It's dirt. It's good dirt. The tale holds that he was experimenting on goats. Okay.
All right.
Must have been real bored.
We got a bunch of goats. Let's do some experiments.
I'm done with these seeds. Let's get after the goats.
What if the goats eat the seeds? What happened?
He ate a whole bunch. We'll check him out. Experiment backfired, and he was mutated, becoming goat-like himself. He then began attacking cars with an axe. Run of a bee!
I'm a goat now, damn it.
I want to be human again. Becoming goat like so he began attacking cars with an axe. This is smart. That's smart.
What else are you gonna do if you're half man, half goat?
Ramming it.
Ramming it with his head.
Roaming the back roads of Beltsville, Maryland.
Ooh.
A variation of legends tells of the goat man as an old hermit who lives in the woods, seen walking alone at night along Fletchertown Road.
Oh, Fletchertown Road?
That sounds good. According to the University of Maryland folklorist, that's a study.
Yeah.
Barry Pearson, the goat man legend began long
Three
ago.
longs. Three longs.
Yeah. Were further popularized in 1971 when the death of a dog was blamed on the goat man by local residents. Pearson says bored teenagers keep the goat man legend alive by repeating the story and suggesting that the creature attacks couples frequenting the local lovers lane, subsequently stirring interest in the sites like Fletchertown Road.
Wow. The goat man of Beltsville, Maryland.
Hey, Barry, what do you think about this? Shit, that's easy. Bored teenagers, long time ago.
Yeah.
Screwing with people on lovers lane.
That's all it is.
Easy enough. Can I get back to work?
Yeah. Dog dies every day. Don't worry about it. That's a good
that's
one.
good.
Here's one. You ever heard of the Hodag?
No, I like the name, though.
It sounds like it's a dance.
It's like a gamer tag,
You
isn't
want
it?
a Hodag? Hodag. I don't know. Yeah, gamer tag maybe too.
Hotag 11567.
Yeah, you can't be just Hodag. It's got to be Hodag 9 or something. You never see the first one.
It's always birth year.
So let's talk about the Hodag. In American folklore, the Hodag is a fearsome critter resembling a large bull-horned carnivore with a row of thick, curved spines down its back.
Ugh.
Yep, prehistoric in suggestion, if you have ever heard one. The Hodag was said to be born from the ashes of cremated oxen as the incarnation of the accumulation of abuse,
Jeez Louise.
of abusive animals that had suffered at the hands of their masters. The history of the Hodag is strongly tied to the city of Rhinelander.
Rhinelander, huh?
Yeah, I ain't never been there, but I bet it's nice this time of year. In 1893, newspapers reported the discovery of a Hodag in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. It had the head of a frog, the grinning face of a giant elephant, thick short legs set off by huge claws,
Oh, wow.
the back of a dinosaur, and a long tail with spears at the end.
Oh, my gosh.
So basically,
Did they ask the
every worst nightmare you've ever heard of.
Did they ask the local preschool to describe it?
Yeah.
It's a grinning face and tusks.
Yeah,
An elephant.
Yeah, dinosaurs too. I don't know.
Yeah. A long tail, huh?
Yeah, long tail. So the reports were instigated by well-known Wisconsin land surveyor, timber cruiser, and prankster Eugene Shepard. Yeah,
Prankster.
yeah. Who rounded up a group of local people to capture the animal. The group reported that they needed to use dynamite to kill the beast.
This definitely was in the 1800s,
Oh, yeah,
wasn't
for
it?
sure, for
Dynamite's always the choice
A
weapon.
photograph of the remains of the charred beast was released to the media. It was the fiercest, strangest, most frightening monster ever to set razor-sharp claws on the earth. Now, this might be my favorite part of the story. It became extinct after its main food source, all white bulldogs, became scarce in the area.
All white bulldogs.
Not just any bulldog. It's got to be pure white. The purest.
Stallion of bulldogs.
Yes, it's got to be a pure white bulldog, or I ain't eating. That's what the Hodag says.
I got all these nasty looking features, but I only want the white bulldog.
I don't want the white one.
Wow, that's interesting.
So Shepard claimed to have captured another Hodag in 1896, and this one was captured alive. According to Shepard's reports, he and several bear wrestlers placed chloroform at the end of a long pole, which they worked into the cave of the creature where it was overcome.
Oh, man.
How am I going to do this? Who am I going to get to help? Maybe if I got some bear wrestlers.
Hello, my name's Boris. I'm bear wrestler.
I'll wrestle bears. I'll probably get a Hodag down real easy. Yeah.
It's like a redneck Russian.
Well, he's a bear wrestler.
He's a bear wrestler.
He's a bear wrestler.
Got his jaw broke a couple of times.
ended up finding out that it was all just a hoax by this
What?
prankster. Yeah,
Whatever.
That's what they say. But
I don't believe it.
legend continues.
believe it.
Legend continues about the Hodag.
Yeah.
All right.
I wonder if more stories from the 1800s, instead of like, got a gun and shot at, it was like, got a little dynamite and threw it out there.
Stick to TNT.
What's up
probably
that
do the job.
bush? Just blow everything up. This one, how do you even say it? Letitia?
Letitia.
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 The Letitia.
I don't know.
Is a creature in Cajun folklore in Louisiana, and which haunts the bayous.
That's a swamp if you ever
Bayou Billy.
wonder.
You ever played that game?
Bayou Billy? Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's a good one.
I played that one.
It is variously described as a soul of an illegitimate, unbaptized infant. Oh, yeah. I know what that is.
Yeah.
It's an illegitimate, unbaptized infant.
That's probably it.
Or a human child raised by alligators. One of the two.
Wait, so is it both or one of the two?
Either of the two.
It could be either.
In Louisiana. That's
Louisiana.
what happens.
That's what happens.
The Letitia. Letitia. Hey, Letitia. Get in here.
Yeah, in here, Letitia.
Is said to lurk in the bayous and upset boats and attack travelers.
That's just my favorite thing. An illegitimate, unbaptized infant or a human child raised by
So
alligators.
weird.
One of the two.
Yeah. Blows my mind.
Letitia.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Did you know COVID
Uh-huh.
has led to a 5-fold increase in cyber attacks, according to the WHO?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, but guess what? There's a
What?
solution to this.
What's the solution?
Surfshark.
That's a solution?
Don't be worried about cyber attacks. If
Okay.
you go and get Surfshark,
Yeah.
a VPN,
Uh-huh.
virtual private network,
Yeah.
it can protect you and all of your devices from online threats.
Okay.
You basically can go gray man online, shield your information from websites and other online services.
Mm-hmm.
You no longer have to worry about malware, phishing, of not phishing, like
Yeah.
web phishing if you don't understand.
PH.
Yeah, obnoxious and unsafe emails and ads. Don't worry about them because they don't even exist when you're using Surfshark.
Okay.
It blocks them all out. And if you click on them, you're still safe. Get notified quickly if your email or password is leaked with Surfshark's. God, I should put the new thing in
You
here.
need
But
to.
anyways, it's like a HackLock ID protection. That's their old name for it. I think it's like, dang it. Anyway, they have this protection of your email.
Yeah.
Also, not only does Surfshark protect you, you can use it for entertainment. You can go and stream Netflix UK if you really want something on there
Yeah.
because it puts you as if you're in that country. Pretty cool. So
Super cool.
It's super easy to use. The app is like the cleanest I've seen of all the VPNs, and it covers every device. That's the big thing.
That is the big thing.
It's like you don't have to buy a limited 5-device only service. When you pay for it, it's yours. You can access it anytime you want. Right now, right now you can spend a total of, gosh dang it, I had this updated.
I don't know what to tell you.
85% off and 3 extra months for free if you use Casual Preppers.
You got to use that code, though.
But you got to go to surfshark.deals/casual preppers, enter our code, 85% off. I'm telling you, this thing, even if you don't even know what it is and want to try it, you get 30 days for free.
Yeah, just try it.
Just try it out and see if it's going to be useful for you.
You're going to like it.
Yeah, you will love it.
You'll love it. Probably as much as you're going to love Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp.
Probably.
All right. Let's go back to the 80s, the late 80s. I was about 7 years old when this thing went
Seems
down.
like most of these are the 70s.
They're 70s.
Some
There's
drugs,
a lot in the 70s.
Some exploration was happening.
Exactly.
But
Let's
here's
talk
an
about
80s, a little newer.
July 14th, 1988. The Lee County Sheriff's Office investigated a report of a car damaged overnight while parked at a home in the area of Browntown.
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 I bet it's not that anymore.
It's probably not, outside Bishopsville, South Carolina, on the edges of the Scape or Swamp. The car reportedly had tooth marks and scratches with hair and muddy footprints left behind.
Ew.
That's scary. It actually happened, though. That's the report prompted by the news of the vehicle damage.
This ain't
17-year-old
made up.
local Christopher Davis reported to the sheriff that his car was damaged by a creature he described as green, wet-like, about 7 feet tall, had 3 fingers, red eyes, skin like a lizard, snake-like scales.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was 2 weeks prior. So he's like, wait, well, I forgot to tell you. My car was attacked by a lizard man.
This slipped out of my mind.
I wrote this down, and now I
was kind of scared of it.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to attack me, so I'm
Sure.
going to tell you, though.
I'm going to tell you about this. So anyways, it was 2 weeks prior. So like, that's a little suspect, right? According to Davis, he was driving home from working the night shift at a fast food restaurant, of course. probably leaving Taco Bell.
His age. That's
Yeah, it
normal
makes sense.
place.
When his car got a flat tire, after fixing it, he saw a creature walking toward him.
Ugh.
This is
There's
where
a
it
goat.
gets
Boom,
scary.
axe.
Exactly. I saw red glowing eyes. There's always red glowing
Always.
eyes.
That's the scariest thing.
I ran into the car, and as I locked it, the thing grabbed the door handle.
Ooh.
I could see him from the neck down. The 3 big fingers, long black nails, and green, rough skin. He said it was strong, and it was angry.
I'm pissed right now.
I looked in the mirror and saw a blur of green running. I could see his toes, and then he jumped on the roof of my car.
What?
I thought I heard a
He was
grunt.
running. Coming towards me because
I thought I heard a grunt, and then I could see his fingers through the front windshield. He talks about his fingers a lot, where they curled around the roof. I sped up, swerved to shake the creature off. So he did.
wow.
He did that.
Don't mention his fingers.
He had fingers.
3 of them.
Good hell, he had fingers, just like a person, but they were different.
But there were 3 of them.
There's 3 of them.
Big ones.
Yeah. Did I tell you he was strong and angry?
Did you write that down, officer? Strong and angry.
Yeah. Local radio station WCOS offered a $1 million reward.
Wow.
It's a big reward to anybody who could capture the creature alive.
Wow.
On August 5th, Kenneth Orr, an airman stationed at Shaw Air Force Base, filed a police report alleging that he had encountered the lizard man on Highway 15 and had shot and wounded it. He presented several scales and a small quantity of blood as evidence. See the scales, see the blood, happened. Told you. But then he recanted his account 2 days later when he was arraigned for unlawfully carrying a pistol and the misdemeanor offense of filing a false police report.
Well, I really dicked up on that one.
Well, it backfired.
That got me in a bunch of trouble.
That wasn't worth it. Anyways, that's the lizard man of Skateboard Swamp.
Man.
Legend
They
still
could have
lives.
just led to the takeover again of the lizard men.
I know.
That's basically what he was just pissing off
I know.
the superior race.
Did I tell you that it had 3 fingers?
I just forgot about it.
Yeah, it totally did.
I'll write that down.
Write that down.
I'll draw it up tonight.
I'll check.
Give me
got a
another
picture of a
give me another-
leprechaun.
Give me another 2 weeks. I'll get you a little more detail.
It's all coming back.
This one's really good. The Loveland Frog.
This is a big one.
It is kind of a big one. In Ohio folklore, the Loveland Frog, also known as the Loveland Frogman or Loveland Lizard,
Oh,
is
it's
a
a-
legendary humanoid frog described as standing roughly 4 feet tall, allegedly spotted in Loveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
In 1972, the Loveland Frog legend gained renewed attention when a Loveland police officer reported to a colleague that he had seen an animal consistent with the description of the Frogman. After a purported sighting in 2016, this is recent,
What?
people. The second officer called a news station to report that he had shot and killed the same
Creature.
creature. My mind is not. Some weeks after the 1972 incident, and had identified it as a large iguana that was missing its tail.
Wait,
I got it.
So in
But guess what?
2016, he said that he did this,
Yeah.
but back in 1972,
Yeah.
right?
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
So that's a lot of years to lapse.
Sure.
and details were a little messed up. University of Cincinnati folklore professor. There's more of these.
There's a lot of them.
Edgar Slotkin compared the Loveland Frog to Paul Bunyan, saying the
okay.
stories about it have been passed down for several decades, and the sighting reports seem to come in predictable cycles.
Really?
In May 2014, the Loveland Frog legend was made into a musical titled Hot Damn, It's the Loveland Frog.
Dude, I would go see that any day
I
of the
would
week.
too. We need to see if the theater here in Vernal will bring it.
Suggest it.
Well, you should look into the Loveland Frog.
I know you want to do the music, man, but let's talk about
Right
this.
here in Utah, hot dang, it's the Loveland Frog.
Hot darn it.
Hot darn it.
Warm darn it. Let's not go crazy.
Oh, seriously. According to various legends, the creature was first sighted in 1955 with some. This sounds like a 1955
Totally
scary
does.
movie.
Totally
like a big
does.
frog guy walking around with some versions.
Like a tie and a hat.
That's exactly like the book. You know the book, Toad, Frog and Toad. or
Oh,
whatever?
yeah. Mr. Toad.
Mr.
Or
Toad or
Frog and
something.
Mr. Toad or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is. Some versions of the story specifying the month of May. Oh, okay.
Okay.
There are 3 different versions of the story that only differ slightly from each other. The 3 stories start the same way. A businessman or traveling salesman driving along an unnamed road late at night. The stories start to diverge at this point. In one story, the driver was heading out of the Branch Hill neighborhood when he spotted 3 figures standing erect or stood erect on their hind legs like a human along the side of a road, each 3 to 4 feet in height and leathery skin and frog faces.
Man, that would freak you out.
Yeah. In the other 2, I feel like a frog would be kind of nice, but I could probably talk to him.
Yeah, you ain't going to eat me. Ribbit.
And stick his tongue out of your face.
I know.
Maybe Battletoads. When did Battletoads come out?
Oh, Battletoads. I don't know.
90s.
Long time ago.
The creatures were spotted under or over a poorly lit bridge. There are a number of bridges in Loveland going over the Little Miami River. The story tells of a businessman watching the figures converse for a while until one of the creatures held a wand over its head and fired a spray of sparks, startling the observer into fleeing this thing.
What on earth?
I don't know.
This
This
is-
is like Prince and the
This
Frog.
has got to be
Princess
part
and
of
the Frog.
MK Ultra or something.
Seriously, this
You know what I
guy was
mean?
all...
Yeah.
He was a test subject, obviously.
They're frogs and they got a spark wand and I don't know.
Yep. So the Loveland Police on March 3rd, 1972 at 1 a.m., Loveland police officer Ray Shockey was driving on Riverside Road. We have Riverdale Road. Drive near the Totes Boot Factory. Totes. Oh, Totes.
Totes.
And the Little Miami River when an unidentifiable animal scurried across the road in the front of his vehicle. The animal was fully illuminated in his vehicle's headlights, and he described it as 3 to 4 feet long and about 50 to 75 pounds with leathery skin. He reported spotting the animal crouched like a frog before it momentarily stood erect to climb over the guardrail and back down towards the river.
Jeez.
It's just a frog changing sides of the road.
That's all it is.
How'd
Why'd
the
the
frog
frog
get on-
cross the road?
He got up on 2 legs and crossed the guardrail. 2 weeks after the incident, a second Loveland police officer, Mark Matthews, reported seeing an unidentified animal crouched along the road in the same vicinity as Shockey's sighting. Matthews shot the animal, of course.
Yeah.
What is you? Hey! Recovered the body, so he actually killed it.
Yeah.
Put it in his trunk to show Officer Shockey. According to Matthews, it was a large iguana, about 3 to 3.5 feet long.
What? How?
That was a big freaking iguana.
But they said it stood erect.
Yeah, I don't know.
Iguanas don't do that.
He didn't immediately recognize it because it was missing its tail. They look so different without their tail.
You just don't. I mean, it could be a
Matthews
horse.
speculated
We don't
the
know.
iguana had been someone's pet that either got loose or was released when it grew too large. You get out of here. Hey, get out of here.
You didn't do eating on my damn food. Ate on my bugles last
I
night.
don't have enough flies and crickets anymore. Go on your own.
Get out of here.
It's like White Fang. Get out of here. Go.
I hate you.
Matthews recounted the incident to an author of a book about urban legends, but says the author omitted the part that confirmed that the creature was an iguana rather than a frogman. He got this wrong, and it's got people scared.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
scary.
That's Frogman.
Frogman.
A Loveland Frogman. You ever heard of Melonhead, Cameron?
I swear I have.
I think I have too. This one, there's not much to this one, but I thought it was interesting enough to talk about. So,
This looks like a movie like back in the day when
Oh,
you were
yeah.
searching for a scary movie like Melonhead.
yeah, it's like
That looks kind of scary. It's
one
like
of the
a
9,000.
ridiculous looking, like shadowy figures with
Yeah.
a big, huge head.
It's like on Netflix or Amazon. There's like 9,000 B movies that are
Yeah.
horror movies. Melonhead.
Yep, Halloween. brings them all.
Melonhead 17. So there's Melonhead stories from Michigan, from Connecticut. There's a couple other ones.
Wow.
But the biggest one comes from Michigan. Melonheads are beings generally described as small humanoids with bulbous heads who occasionally emerge from hiding places to attack people.
Oh,
That's creepy. Creepy as hell.
That's-
Yes, me. Okay. According to one story, they were originally children with hydrocephalus who
I was
li-
gonna say
yeah,
that's
who lived at the Junction Insane Asylum near Felt, Michigan.
man.
The story explains that after
Felt
enduring
Mansion.
Oh, Mansion, sorry.
Where's that at?
Mansion. It's in Michigan. That's why I
The
said
Felt
that way.
Mansion.
Yeah.
Super soft there.
I felt it.
I felt that mansion.
I feel ya. The story explains that after enduring physical and emotional abuse, they became feral and were released into the forest of the surrounding asylum. They are told to
Hey,
feed.
hey, stop biting my feet. Get out of here.
Never mind. Let them kids out in the woods.
Ain't gonna make it today.
Yeah.
Got those big heads.
They're gonna make their own mac and cheese.
Oh,
Sick of 'em.
That was insensitive.
They are told that they feed on anyone who ventures into the woods near them. That's the whole
Was
story.
it like the remake of Alice in Wonderland, like that has the guy with the big head?
Probably. I don't know.
Maybe Big Trouble in Little China. You know, when his head like blows up.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I picture like coming out of the woods.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
just
huge
like,
feds.
This green stuff
Like
shooting
a
out his nose.
garbage pail kid or something is like what
That's
I'm
exactly
I'm
like-
seeing.
And those are creepy.
Like snot face.
nose.
Yeah.
I'll eat you.
I eat you.
This one's the Milton lizard.
There's so many lizards.
Because there's
people.
lizard people
Yeah,
controlling everything.
you're right.
Kentucky folklore, the Milton lizard is a creature described as resembling a 15-foot monitor lizard that purportedly sighted in Canop Creek.
Is that the new Samsung monitor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Acer.
Acer. Yeah.
The Acer lizard
Right.
monitor. Near the town of Milton in Trimble County, Kentucky in the summer of 75. See? 70s.
70s, man. That's where all the good
MK
stuff
Ultra.
came from. Yeah.
I guess that was a little earlier, but people got out with it and started having
That's
fun
right.
with it. The creature was first seen in July by Clarence Tuffy Cable.
That's a good name.
I know. Oh, Tuffy.
Oh,
Tuffy
Tuffy.
saw it.
Tough with cable.
Co-manager of the Bluegrass Body Shop, a junk and wrecking yard located near Milton. As Cable was walking through the junkyard, he saw a lizard emerge from behind the wreckage vehicles, and it hissed at him several times.
Damn lizard.
He said it had big eyes similar to a frog's. Beneath its mouth was an off-white color, and there were black and white stripes crossway of its body. Something like that.
Black and white, like a
With
zebra lizard?
quarter-sized speckles all over it.
Good gracious.
Cable's brother, Garrett, thank goodness,
Oh,
was
Garrett.
the next to see the creature on July 27th. While working in the junkyard, he saw a pile of old car hoods begin to vibrate and move as the lizard's head and shoulders emerged from underneath the debris.
Oh, jeez.
Frightened, he left to get his brother, but when they returned to the area, guns in hand, the creatures were gone.
Tough.
Or the creature.
We just missed him, Tuffy.
Dang it.
Get him
Tuffy,
next time.
let's go pop out some dents.
Yeah.
Get to work. I got to paint that.
Co-manager.
One day, Tuffy, you get this thing, you need to be manager.
One day you'll be the owner of this place. Tuffy.
The next day, Cable saw the lizard, or one similar to it, again, except this time it appeared to be larger, nearly 15 feet in
I
length.
saw the same lizard. Maybe it wasn't the same lizard, just really resembled the
I
first
think there's
lizard.
two of them, to be honest with you. After throwing a rock at it, the lizard hissed at him and fled into some bushes. Cable retrieved a rifle and from his house and fired into the brush.
Boom.
What's that? Boom, boom, boom.
Tuffy don't scare by nobody. I shoot wherever.
This is Tuffy, little Tuffy. But couldn't be certain he killed the creature. In early August, a search party scoured the area surrounding the Bluegrass Body Shop for any signs of a lizard, but no evidence was found.
Gosh.
So this is what they think.
Okay.
During the Trimble Banners investigation into the sightings, Clarence Cable said the creature looked similar to, but not exactly like a monitor lizard. He theorized that one of the wrecked vehicles they had acquired in the past was from the western states containing eggs that hatched in the heat of a junkyard.
That is the plot of a B movie.
It is
of
totally.
some sort.
I
Yeah.
could see these big
Yeah.
eggs like sitting
The
in the trunk.
bubbling.
What is that? Yeah, and it's all like misty.
Yeah. Don't touch it.
Don't.
Go get Tuffy.
All right.
I'm gonna do nothing till Tuffy gets here.
And then on his way over to the shed, just gets eaten by some gigantic.
Then they
fake
come
lizard,
back
like,
and the eggs are hatched.
Yeah.
And then it slowly
Oh,
moves
no.
out. The camera moves out.
Man, we need to do a movie.
We do.
When wreckage began to be removed in the spring,
Mm-hmm.
fewer places existed where the lizards could hide, resulting in the sightings.
Makes sense.
So they were pissed. They were like,
Yeah.
this is where we hatch, where we have
Yeah.
a family.
Yep.
And all the junk was getting removed and they didn't have anywhere to go. So they'd be seen.
They be seen. Well, that's a good one.
That's what
If I ever heard one.
a Milton lizard do.
We got to write that screenplay. We got to make that movie.
Sounded great already.
I
I was like, I had my eyes
Wait,
wide open,
what?
like wanting to hear the story from Kobe.
I
I'm like,
think
what?
Tuffy be played by Matthew McConaughey, probably,
Yeah.
or Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
one of the two.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably do like Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista, that's a good one. Yeah,
Tuffy.
hey Tuffy.
Yeah.
Anyway, or Larry the Cable Guy. I don't know. Maybe. This one is kind of close
And
to
then
home.
Joe Dirt would be his brother.
Yeah. No, he
David
would be
Spade.
Tuffy. Yeah. He would be Tuffy.
That would be Tuffy.
This one is close to home. This one is in our state of Utah. It's called
Is
the
it?
North Shore
Is it really?
Monster. It is.
Dang.
In Utah folklore, the North Shore Monster is a monster purported to live in Utah's Great Salt Lake.
Oh, I thought it was going to be in the North Shore store. Remember
No,
North Shore?
I do, but it's not there. At dusk or evening in the early summer of 1877,
Oh, dang.
J.H. McNeil of Kelton Box Elder County
Hey,
and several
I'm from Box Elder
Yep,
County.
several other employees of the Barnes and Company Salt Works
Oh, my
Company
gosh. I know all this.
on the lake's North Shore reported seeing a huge creature. And here's the thing about it. It had a crocodile-like body and the head of a horse.
Those two go so well together.
Well, see, crocodile body and head. Yeah,
It's just walking
whipping
around.
its tail. Coming out of the water.
Swimming in the water really fast. What
That's
was that?
creepy. That is creepy. The creature made a fearsome bellowing noise and charged the workers. Yeah. Who promptly ran up a nearby hillside and hid in the brush until morning. This is the best thing.
Get Brigham Young.
Yeah. Go get Brigham and his 9 wives. Dinner for everybody.
Let's take care of this thing once and for all.
We're having alligator horse meat tonight.
This is the place.
This is the place.
Sorry.
Some believe the monster, in quotations, was a bathing buffalo.
Oh,
Somehow.
this happens all the time.
Is it?
You get them real
I
confused.
know, it looks like a horse head on an alligator body, but it's just a buffalo. All right?
I saw this horse head. Was it on an alligator body? It's a buffalo. No worry. I see it. It's weird when the hair's all combed back.
It's the salt water.
The salt sticks real
and,
weird.
And this mist in the mornings, and I don't know.
yeah.
Don't worry about it, though. It's all good.
Yeah.
Around
Dang
30,
it. I wish I would have known about this when I was younger.
around 30 years earlier, a man identified only as Brother Bainbridge. He's probably
of
head of
course,
the Elders
of course.
Quorum out there.
It's totally a church
Elders
member.
Quorum president.
Brother Bainbridge.
Yeah, reported seeing a monster with a dolphin-like body.
Going home teaching out in Antelope Island.
Comes home to see. Well, Sister Bainbridge, you won't believe what I saw. He saw a dolphin-like body.
Dear Journal. Was out proselyting today and saw
I'd like to bear my testimony.
most of you might not get
All the Mormons are
religion
laughing right
stuff.
now.
Yeah,
Tell you right now. But anyways,
Weird
North Shore
Mormon.
Monster.
that's crazy. I've been to Antelope Island. I went there on scout camp.
Me too. Not on scout camp.
There's 1.5 billion mosquitoes that all stay in one
It's a
spot.
horrible place. No
It
one
really
likes
is.
to go
It
there.
stinks
Mhm.
like sulfur.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by, if you call it a lake,
Yeah.
it's just like salty mud water.
It's disgusting swamp water.
And there's a few life on that
Yeah.
have been
Shrimp.
put there.
There's some shrimp and some buffalo and some
Yeah,
antelope.
there's some buffalo and antelope.
Yeah.
And it's the most ghetto place.
And when you get in the water, it's disgusting.
yeah,
You
it is.
float.
You float, and then you get a
And-
rash.
Yeah,
that
and then,
lasts like 3
then you're
weeks.
covered in crusty crust when you get out.
Yeah, the mud's like
Mm.
it's a weird
It's
place.
a great place. You guys should come.
Antelope Island. It's like I think it's a top 10 vacation location,
Yeah, right after Bahamas. Then it's Antelope Island.
right after Syria.
It's Syria, it's Israel, and then it's yeah,
Beautiful.
beautiful place.
This one, the Pope. Can't even say it. The Pope Lick Monster.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The Pope Lick Monster is a legendary part man, part goat. Another one of those. And to throw in some differences, part sheep.
Half man, half goat, half sheep. That's what they say.
It's got a beautiful coat, horns, and it's a man.
Sounds gorgeous. I don't know.
One that Noah's like, I don't want that one.
No.
We don't need it. The creature reported to live beneath a railroad trestle bridge over Pope Lick Creek in the
Yeah.
Fisherville neighborhood of Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Louisville. Louisville. Numerous urban legends exist about the creature's origins and the methods it employs to claim its victims.
Yeah.
According to some accounts, the creature uses either hypnosis or voice mimicry to lure trespassers onto the trestle. Come on. You want to see me take my top off? Huh? And they go up there.
It's your Nana. Come on up here.
My foot's stuck. It lures them up onto the trestle to meet their death before an oncoming train. Help, my foot stuck. Train's coming. That sounds like little Timmy. So anyways, other stories claim the monster jumps down from the trestle onto the roofs of cars passing beneath it.
What is that?
That two hooves?
Pope Rick Monster.
Let's get out of here, Johnny.
You gonna dump my Ford truck?
Yet another legends tell that it attacks its victims with blood-stained axe. That's terrifying.
You gotta clean off your blades.
And that the very sight of the creature is so unsettling that those who see it while walking across the high trestle are driven to leap off.
Makes sense.
They don't want to get chopped up by a dirty, nasty axe.
No.
You can get Hep C or something.
You don't want that. Just die quick,
So
instant
they jump
death.
off.
Yeah.
Anyways, there was a ton of accidents on this, so that's where a lot of it came from, because this trestle, I guess, is notorious for people dying on it. Other legends hold that the monster is a human-goat hybrid, that it was a circus freak who vowed revenge. After being mistreated.
Age-old story. Heard it a million times.
Piss me off. I'm going to kill everybody who comes over.
I'm gonna get this bridge is haunted from here on out.
This is my bread.
Yes.
In one version, it said the monster escaped after a train derailed on the trestle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really bad place
There's
for
like
it to derail.
9,000 versions of this story.
Another version, commonly told by locals of the area, claims that the monster is really the twisted, reincarnated form of a farmer who sacrificed goats in exchange for satanic powers.
I'm going with that option.
That one's a good one.
That's my option.
I'm done with being a farmer. I want powers.
I
I'm
hate
killing my
corn.
goats.
I hate corn. I want satanic powers.
Come on,
What do I
bud.
got to do? What's on the agenda?
And I'm going to live on the trestle.
Yeah.
The legends have turned the area into a site for legend tripping. That's kind of an interesting thing. Have you read about legend tripping? I was going to pull it up, but you're going to have to figure it out yourself.
Okay.
No, it says, I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Legend tripping is a name bestowed by folklorists and anthropologists on an adolescent practice containing elements of rite of passages in which a usually furtive nocturnal pilgrimage is made to a site which is alleged to have been the scene of some tragic, horrific, or possibly supernatural event or haunting. So legend tripping.
Interesting.
I was like, that's a detailed
Sure
freaking
is.
thing on what legend tripping is. Anyways, there's
Yeah.
common misconception that the trestle is abandoned and no longer used. In reality, the bridge carries a major rail artery into Louisville.
Louisville.
Heavy freight trains cross the bridge several times daily, so it's easy for someone to get caught atop it while oncoming train barrels down on them. So anyways, it's haunted.
Makes sense.
A lot of people died there. Anywhere someone's died, it's creepy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what legend tripping is like. People
They wanna go to those
associate
places.
everything on where there's a lot of deaths.
I see. That makes sense.
It kind of makes sense, right?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Pope Rick
Scary.
Monster.
It didn't. It sounded cooler. I don't know.
Yeah.
The old river's what gave it its name.
You ever heard the old Snallygaster?
No.
This is an old one, honestly.
Sounds like a Disney show.
It is. Yeah.
Kids
Like
love watching Snallygaster.
a 29-minute
Teach
cartoon.
you how to spell.
Yeah. In American folklore, the Snallygaster is a bird reptile chimera. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Originating in superstitions of early German immigrants, later combined with sensationalistic newspaper reports of the monster. Early sightings associate the Snallygaster with Frederick County, Maryland, especially the areas of South Mountain and Middleton Valley. Doesn't really matter. But the Snallygaster was described as a half
If you
reptile.
want to look it up, those are the areas.
Half reptile, half bird with a metallic beak lined with razor-sharp teeth.
Ooh.
Yeah, occasionally with octopus-like tentacles. Sometimes it got the octopus tentacles, sometimes it don't. Just depends.
It's a recessive gene.
Yeah, it swoops silently from the sky to pick up and carry off its victims.
Now that's kind of creepy.
That is super
like the
creepy.
body snatchers.
Yeah.
Freaky.
Uh-huh.
Anything that can fly and just
snatch
fly
you.
off.
Yeah.
That's scary.
The earliest stories claim that this monster sucked the blood of its victims. So here's the thing. 7 pointed stars, which reputedly kept the Snallygaster at bay, can be seen painted on local barns.
Really?
So you remember the barn star thing we saw in one of our Halloween episodes?
Yeah.
That was for the Snallygaster.
Oh, I
apparently.
didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Well, dang.
Here's the good part. A great deal of publicity surrounded this string of appearances with the Smithsonian Institute offering a reward for the hide. U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt reportedly considered postponing an African safari to personally hunt the Snallygaster.
He's a badass.
Oh, he's such a badass. Like that dude, did stuff. But can you imagine if he would have really went hunting for a snallygaster?
Are you scared? Guess what? I'm the president. I'm going to get that high.
Yeah.
Put it in the White
Executive
House.
decision. Going in the Oval Office.
He is bad at it.
Yeah. So anyways, but it reported that these were actually a hoax by the Middleton Valley Register to get
That would piss the president right off.
readership. Yeah.
Well, I guess I ain't taking the hunt. I canceled my African safari.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he almost did, huh?
Yeah, he didn't quite do it.
He still went after.
So that's Snallygaster.
I like the name.
It's a good name.
That's not. Look at this right here. Got a scar from a snallygaster.
Yeah. And I got a tattoo of a
Probably took
snallygaster.
about a pint before I brushed it off.
Pope Lick tattoo on this side. Pope Lick monster.
Scary.
Yeah.
Tuttle Bottoms monster. Now that's a Disney one. Right there.
It is.
The Tuttle Bottoms monster.
Tuttle bottoms.
The little jingle. Tuttle Bottoms monster likes to teach. The Tuttle Bottoms monster is a legendary creature said to inhabit a swampy area north of Harrisburg, Illinois.
Your mom's
Man,
pants.
Illinois got a lot going on.
It does, yeah.
On the Saline River. Oh, man. That'd be a nice river to refill your
Sure
saline.
would, yeah.
Usually described as ape-like and hairy with a long snout similar to an anteater. Now, that's different.
That is way different.
That's like a... that's the redheaded stepchild of the Sasquatch
It
family.
is, yeah.
Get out of here, weirdo.
Anteater
The
face.
Tuttle Bottoms monster legend is familiar to generations of Saline County residents. Or Saline County, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Probably in Utah, it'd be Saline. Former Harrisburg Police Chief Gary Crabtree told the Harrisburg, Illinois Daily Register that his department received approximately 50 reports over 28 years of an unidentified beast in the area northwest of Harrisburg. Some reporting a creature with 2 legs and some with 4. Most described as having a long, almost anteater-like snout. So
That's
all of them
scary.
had the same
Snout.
report. They had a weird freaking nose.
Over, 50 reports.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
Huh.
It's like more than 49.
It is.
So, August 6, 1963, the Harrisburg Daily Register reported what seemed to be the first report of the creature. Here it goes. Saline County Sheriff James L. Thompson spent a busy night last night, starting about 11 p.m. and ending about 4:30 a.m. The sheriff said he ran across a youth at Tuttle Bottoms about 11 p.m. The young man was armed with a rifle and told Thompson that there was a monster loose in the bottoms.
Hey, Sheriff, there's a monster loose in the bottoms.
Let me go with you. He said it was 8 feet long, 4 feet high. Really weird.
That is it. Yeah.
All right, you got it backwards, buddy. 8 feet tall, 4 feet high, maybe. Or, yeah, never mind.
don't know.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to write it down. Had a nose like an anteater. The young man put his rifle in his car and left. I guess he sent him home.
Yeah.
Go home. Go get you something to eat. Later, Thompson ran across about a dozen boys armed with shotguns and other weapons and all looking for the monster in the bottoms. Their sheriff soon dispersed the boys and sent them home. That was it.
That was it.
That was a whole story.
That's a
Were
good
you
one.
building up to something?
Yeah.
But nothing. A local resident named Virgil Smith told the Register he believes the creature is not a monster out of myth, but was an actual animal released by the federal government.
Oh, of course.
This is American right here. That has long since died. Smith said the creature was a hairy primate, stood on 2 legs, and was not scared of humans. Adding that one couple reported the animal walked right up to them.
Oh, geez.
Smith also claims that a former employee of the U.S. Department of Agriculture, what goes on in the agricultural department,
I don't know.
confided to him that the department had launched a private investigation into the Tuttle Bottoms monster.
That's crazy that there was actual
They're
investigation.
like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
The earliest reports of the creature date to the 60s by teenagers who used the area as a local makeout spot and by hunters. That's why all these movies, it's like when they're making out some weird long-nosed things like spotted by hunters who would make frantic calls to the police after seeing the creature. It was rumored that some murders took place in the bottoms during that time. So it's a little freaky. This one has like
Some
reported
yeah.
incidents and they were like investigating it. So maybe it was some weird, nasty growth defect.
Tuttle
Some
Bottoms.
dude.
Tuttle Bottoms monster.
He's nasty.
Yeah. So this next one is one we've all heard of, I think. There's not like some insane stories with it, but we thought we would touch on it because it's a really famous one. The chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Remember the chupacabra? Or chupacabra is literally goat sucker from Spanish.
Yeah, I never
Chupar
knew what
to
it-
suck cabras goats. Okay?
I never broke it down like
Goat
that.
sucker. It's a legendary creature in folklore of parts of the Americas, with its first purported sightings in Puerto Rico in 1995. The name comes from the animal's reported vampirism. The chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock.
Drink the blood.
I will drink the blood of this goat. That's what the chupacabra sounds like.
Apparently,
Apparently.
Puerto Ricans sound Russian.
Yeah. The most common description of the chupacabra is that of a reptile-like creature said to have leathery or scaly greenish-gray
Always
skin.
the same.
Yep.
Always the same.
Sharp spines or quills running down its back. Approximately 3 to 4 feet high, stands and hops in a fashion similar to that of a kangaroo. I've never heard that.
No wonder
of the
Swamp
chupacabra
Thing became so big.
I know.
Been seen a million times.
Yeah. So this is what I've heard of the chupacabra. Another description of the chupacabra is of a strange
That's what
breed
I've always heard
of
too.
wild dog. This form is mostly hairless and has a pronounced spinal ridge, usually pronounced eye sockets, fangs, and claws.
How do you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Eye sockets?
Yeah. Unlike conventional predators, the chupacabra is said to drain all the animal's blood and sometimes the organs, usually through 3 holes in the shape of a downwards pointing triangle.
It's got a weird incisor.
I know. It's like weird teeth. I don't know what it is.
Sounds like a mangled, deformed dog.
Yeah. The first reported attack eventually attributed to the creatures occurred in 95 in Puerto Rico. 8 sheep were discovered dead, each with 3 puncture wounds in the chest area and reportedly completely drained of blood. Well, no blood in there. Where'd blood go?
No, it's out.
It's completely out. All been drained.
That's a good sucker.
A few months later, in August, eyewitness named Madeline Tolentino reported seeing the creature in the Puerto Rican town of Canovanas. Yeah.
Canovanas.
When as many as 150 farm animals and pets were reportedly killed. So that's a crazy thing there, too.
That's weird.
In 75, similar killings in the small town of Mocha were attributed to the El Vampiro de Mocha.
The vampire mocha.
Initially, it was suspected that the killings were committed by a satanic cult. Later, more killings were reported around the island, and many farms reported loss of animal life. So there's not a lot, like the chupacabra doesn't go to people. They like animals. They like goats, they like sheep, they like dogs, they like cats, all that kind
Probably
of
a
stuff.
failed experiment by the agricultural department of Puerto Rico.
Most likely. Several carcasses of the supposed chupacabras have been brought to the attention of the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, but its official
We
determination...
don't need that up here.
Nope. The animals were nothing but coyotes with severe cases of mange, a nasty skin disease that leaves the animals
That's what I
emaciated.
like. When I lived in Brazil, like there are so many just scraggly, nasty, homeless dogs that were just like.
It was probably that.
I'm like, oh, it's kind of cute, and it turns and its skin, like it had all of its hair rubbed off and a missing eyeball. I'm like, ah!
Don't touch me.
If you saw that at night, you would think it was some other diseased
So
animal.
that's the legend of the chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Orang Minyak.
Gesundheit.
The Orang Minyak is a supernatural creature coated with shiny black grease.
This is so weird.
Who abducts young women by night.
So there's a lot of these that are like spirits that are legends.
Yeah.
We just grabbed a couple of them
It's funny
because
because Asians go really to like the spiritual stuff,
yeah.
whereas Americans are like, it's a nasty reptile.
yeah, it's an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's either
can
a
shoot with
monkey
my
thing-
gun.
Yeah. Something I can hunt,
Yeah.
but I don't want to. Scared.
Yeah.
So this thing literally, so the Orang Minyak, or I don't know if I'm saying it right, literally means oily man in Malay.
Makes sense.
Oily man, get you. Just too racist to say it.
No, just don't do it.
According to the Malay legend, the Orang Minyak is a creature that abducts young women by night. Supposedly, the creature is able to climb walls and grab victims while evading capture due to its slippery coating.
It's like when they grease a pig at the state fair.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Can't get him.
Can't catch it.
According to some folklorists, the Orang Minyak has been alternately described as appearing naked or wearing a black pair of swimming trunks.
Swimming trunks.
If it's abducting young women, I'm sure it's naked.
It's got to be naked.
A number of stories describe the Minyak.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna rape through this.
Did you say
As a
rape?
rapist, yeah. As a rapist, it only targets virgins, of course.
Yeah.
The Minyak has been traditionally blamed for rapes beginning in the 50s, and superstitious Malay female students would attempt to ward off the creature by donning sweaty clothing to give the appearance of someone who had just been with a man.
Well, I don't want to get raped by the orang minyak. I got to get me some wet clothes.
Work out
on.
and put it on.
Yeah.
Some
I was
versions.
just with a man.
I had
Get out of here.
Don't worry, I'm not fresh.
Not
Some
fresh.
versions of the legend hold that the Minyak is an evil human warlock rather than a supernatural creature. Science writer Benjamin Radford describes the tales as rooted in myth and folklore. Thanks, buddy. And characterize the creature's supposed abilities as implausible. Can't happen.
Don't make no sense.
If a person actually covered himself that way, greasy hands and feet would make it difficult to turn doorknobs or run around, not to mention crawl up the sides of a building or grab a struggling captive. Think about it, people.
You guys, it's
Think
common
about it.
sense.
He's all greased up. He can't do this stuff.
He ain't going to be raping no virgins. Come on.
His hands are too slippery.
Yeah.
In one version of the legend, popularized in 1958, film Sumpa on Minyak,
The Curse of the Oily Man.
Yeah, so good. Directed by and starring P. Ramley, I don't know who that is,
My favorite actor.
was a man who was cursed in an attempt to win back his love with magic. According to the story, the devil offered to help the creature and give him powers of the black arts, but only if the Minyak worshipped him and raped 21 virgins within a week.
You got a week. Get it done. That's 3 a day.
You're greased up. It's going to be harder, but you can do it.
3 a day. You got 21.
In
7
another
days to do
version, the creature is under control of an evil shaman, the witch doctor.
it. Yeah.
Malaysian newspaper occasionally report claimed sightings of the Minyak. In 2012, the residents of Kumpang village in, oh my gosh, that's long.
Laksamana.
Malaysia, somewhere there,
Yeah.
claimed to have seen and heard the creature in the vicinity of the Laksamana,
place.
Jalan Lakasama. Several years earlier, local newspapers carried sensational reports of a knife-wielding rapist covered in oil, ostensibly in imitation of a Minyak.
Or
So obviously, he was like, I'm going to just grease up and I'm going to
Yeah.
be a scary legend. And
Yeah.
so nobody's going to mess with me.
That's the orang minyak.
Minyak.
Yeah.
On
This
Minyak.
one-
Orang.
This next one might be my favorite, I think. The Akomanto. Okay? This is the bathroom spirit. And this is not...
I've seen the bathroom.
yeah, we're not making this up. This is real.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, this is like a
Japanese
real legend.
have some really
Cool stuff, bro.
like crazy, like they're really cool looking too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So the Akomanto, or
A
the
lot more creative than Americans.
red cloak, also known as red cape, red vest, red paper, blue paper, or occasionally blue cloak, is a Japanese urban legend.
Did blue paper come in there?
No, it was red paper, red vest, red cape, blue cloak. Is a Japanese urban legend about a masked spirit who wears a red cloak who appears to people using toilets in public or school bathrooms. So that's when you're going to see this
I
guy.
wasn't scared of those anyway.
I know. Every time I go to the bathroom, I'm like, whoa, here it comes. Here it comes.
I don't want the Aquamanto getting me.
Yeah. Akamanto is often said to haunt female bathrooms specifically.
Of course.
Makes sense. In some versions of the legend, he is said to haunt the last stall in such bathrooms.
Go in the middle.
So that...
Let people poop on your left
What
and
if
right.
we just don't make a last stall? Think about it.
Put a urinal down there in the girls' room? Won't make any sense.
Freak people out. Akamanto's confused. Everything's going to be okay. All right?
You think he's in the wrong?
Yeah.
He's not in the female bathroom.
And just keep going back and forth, get wore out. That's what we'll do. When the girls are the boys, Akamanto says. Accounts of the legend vary, but one consistent element of the story is that the spirit will ask the occupant of a toilet a question. In some versions, he will ask if they want red paper or blue paper. Though other versions identify the choices as red cloak or blue cloak, or as red cape or blue cape. Choosing either option will result in the individual being killed. Doesn't matter.
I want the red.
There's no right answer here, boys and
So if
girls.
you know it, you can be like, I ain't answering.
So the individual must ignore the spirit,
Yeah.
run away,
So you don't answer.
or reject both options to survive. Yeah.
No thanks.
Oh, red paper?
Oh, okay.
Wait, red paper, blue paper? I don't know.
That is correct.
Just leaves. No. Yeah. I made it. If
I'm
they,
gonna make red paper.
yeah, if they choose the red option, they will be lacerated in such a manner that their dead body will be drenched in their own blood.
Of course.
If the individual chooses blue option, the consequences range from that person being strangled to all the person's blood being drained from their body.
So if you're ever in a bathroom,
Yeah.
and somebody comes in and asks you if you want red or blue paper, don't answer.
You just say, no, thank you.
Flush the toilet and leave.
Flush the toilet, run away. Not
Maybe
worth
that's
it.
why there's so many non-flush toilets in the public restrooms.
Could be. Could be.
They thought the Akamanto was coming in. Nope.
Yep.
Don't get out here. Ain't whopping or anything.
Exactly.
How do you say it's a Fuke? Fuke?
I don't know.
The Fuke monster is said to have been seen in Fuke in Miller County, Arkansas. I'm probably saying this way wrong.
That's all right.
During the early 1970s, the creature was accused of attacking a local family. Initial sightings of the creature were concentrated in Jonesville Boggy Creek area, where it was blamed for the destruction of the local livestock. Later sightings were reported several hundred miles to the north and east of Fuke. Fuke. The monster may initially have been created when misidentified bears were seen, and some of the purported tracks may have been forged.
Our forge tracks.
So before 71, the first reported sightings were in 53 and 55 when it was spotted by a 14-year-old boy, always honest. The boy described it as having reddish-brown hair, sniffing the air. I don't know what you're doing. And not reacting when it was fired upon. So
yeah.
it just kept sniffing away.
What's that?
Fired upon by birdshot. Investigator Joel Nickel
Oh, Joe Nickel.
observed that the description was consistent with a misidentified black bear, Ursus americanus.
Yeah. That's just an Ursus Americanus. Don't worry.
Although most cases date from the early 70s onward, Fuke residents claimed that the ape-like creature had roamed the area since 64, but those sightings had not been reported to news services. Local legend also holds that the creature can be further traced back to 1946 even.
Dang.
Most early sightings were in the region of Jonesville, also known as the Jonesville Monster.
Oh, well, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
After 1971, another report, Elizabeth Ford, the creature, which she initially took to be a bear, reached through the screen window.
Oh, my gosh.
While she was sleeping on a couch. It was chased away by her husband. Yeah, and his brother Don, who was suffering. I love how both of them are right. Who was suffering from mild shock when he arrived.
Good thing Don was
who
here.
were suffering from mild.
Yeah.
During the encounters, the Fords fired several shots at the creature and believed they'd hit it. Of course they did.
Yeah.
I got it once. I know I did.
I know I got at least once.
Though no traces of blood were found, an extensive search of the area failed to locate the creature, but 3 toed footprints were found close to the house, as well as scratch marks on the porch and damage to a window of the house's siding. According to the Fords, they
Almost
heard
insurance
something.
going to cover that.
It's the Fuke monster. So many jokes with
Fucking
that, but
with
I'll
us.
get in trouble. They had heard something moving around outside late at night, several nights before their encounter. Having lived in the house for less than a week, had never encountered the creature before. The creature was also spotted again in 71 when 3 D.C. Woods Jr., Wilma Woods, and Miss R.H. Sedgrass
D.C. Woods Jr.? That's
Yeah.
a great name.
reported seeing an ape-like creature crossing U.S. Highway 71. More sightings were made over the following months by local residents and tourists. So, the creature began to attract substantial interest during the early 70s. Soon after, news spread from the Ford sighting. The Little Rock, Arkansas radio station KAAY posted $1,090 bounty. I got a little extra.
I got $1,000. What do you got? I got 90. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know.
Throw it in the pot.
Throw it in there. See what
Bounty on the
happens.
creature. Several attempts were made to track the creature and with dogs, but they were unable to follow its scent. It could smell. The counter forced to put a temporary no guns policy in place in order to preserve the public safety. 3 people were fined $59 for filing a fraudulent monster report.
This goes against
Wow,
code
this got-
12275.
So anyways, this one has a lot of different
yeah, there's a ton.
visits
Yeah.
from scary monsters and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's the fucking monster there.
Fuck man, it's a big one.
Yeah. So this is another one that's pretty popular.
This one freaked me out.
Yeah, it is
Like,
scary.
I've always been a little disturbed by this one
This is the Mothman.
because it has some of those facts behind it.
Yeah,
of
it does. Yeah, it's kind of a creepy story. So, November 15th, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Millette, told the police they saw a large gray creature whose eyes glowed red when the car's headlights picked it up. They described it as a large flying man with 10-foot wings. That's creepy.
That is way creepy.
Following their car while they were driving in an area outside of the town known as the TNT area. It's the site of a former World War II munitions plant. Exactly. During the next few days, other people reported similar sightings. Two volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Mason County Sheriff George Johnson commented that he believed the sightings were due to an
quality names in these stories.
I know, an unusually large heron that he termed a shite poke. Shite poke.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
Contractor
Dirty herring.
Newell Patridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at a creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors. And blamed buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature. Look, my TV's on the fridge. I ain't seen Schnitzel in 2 days. Got to be that damn Mothman. Guaranteed it is. Wildlife biologist Dr. Robert L. Smith told reporters that descriptions and sightings all fit a sandhill crane. So there, he's like, nah, just a sandhill crane, dummies. After December 15th, 1967, collapse of the Silver Bridge and death of 46 people, the incident gave rise to the legend and connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse. And I think, was that in the movie?
That was part of the, I think it was that is the bridge collapse. That was in the one with
I haven't
Richard Gere.
seen it in forever. That was like 2002.
It's disturbing though, the visual appearances of it. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, it's creepy, man. Some pseudoscience adherents, such as ufologists, paranormal authors, and cryptozoologists, claim that Mothman was an alien, a supernatural manifestation, or previously unknown species of animal. In the 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, author John Keel claimed that the Point Pleasant residents experienced precognitions, including premonitions of the collapse of the Silver Bridge, unidentified flying object sightings, visits from inhuman or threatening men in black, and other phenomena.
Here come the man in black.
So that's a crazy one that has
Well, there's been like those tragic accidents where people have ever either dreamt
Yes.
or wrote about right before it happened. That stuff just is eerie to me anyway.
Mothman's got enough to it that it's like, is there something there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a Mothman.
It's a Mothman.
I'll tell you right
What
now.
it is. Okay, have you ever heard of fearsome critters?
Yeah.
So I haven't ever heard of this. So in North American folklore, fearsome critters were tall-tale animals jokingly said to inhabit the wilderness.
I have heard of them, but I didn't know there was that many details.
Well, there's so many.
I thought it was just like
There's
one-
hundreds of them.
God, it's crazy.
So it's like they were kind of legends around logging camps, especially in the Great Lakes region.
I think you'd see some creepy crap out
Yeah,
there.
creepy crap.
Creepy crap monster.
So some of them are absolutely hilarious. There's description of these all over the internet. So here's the first one I found that was hilarious. It's called the Axle Handle Hound. Axle Handle Hound.
That's sweet.
Of Minnesota and Wisconsin. The animal resembles a dog with a body axe-like in shape.
Oh, weird.
Listen to this. It has a head shaped like an axe blade, obviously, hence the name, complemented by a handle-shaped body atop short, stubby legs.
Wow.
It subsists on a diet consisting entirely on the handles of
Wood?
axes, which have been left unattended. Don't leave that damn axe out. Axle handle
Don't
handle.
worry, mine's fiberglass.
So
Ain't eating that.
it travels from camp to camp eating axe handles.
Wow.
That's
so not
one.
like a hammerhead shark. You got a axe head dog.
Axe
Axle.
handle hound. Is what it's called.
That's funny.
Another one is a cactus cat.
Meow.
It's a legendary fearsome critter in the American Southwest.
Oh, no damn critters.
The cactus cat was generally described being a bobcat-like creature covered in hair-like thorns with particularly long spines extending from the legs and its armored branching tail. The creature was said to use its spines to slash cacti at night,
Weird.
allowing juice to run from the plants. On later nights, the creature was said to return to drink the now fermented juice. So the juice ferments.
Huh.
The then drunken creature is said to shriek throughout the night. The cactus cat was a very hostile creature towards any animal invading their territory. Yeah, so it got drunk on a cactus juice, and run around.
Sound like a two-stroke.
Yeah, a little bit of two-stroke. Here's a good one. The Dungavenhooter. The Dungavenhooter.
What?
Oh, yeah.
The Dungavenhooter.
A crocodile creature with no mouth. Instead having huge nostrils, it uses its tail to pound loggers into gas, which it then inhales for sustenance.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Wow, why hasn't something more been done on that?
I don't know. That's a good one, though.
Dungavenhooter.
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 And then we got the Goombaroo.
Gumbaroo.
It is said to be larger than a bear and resembles a walking football with a tough, shiny black hide that nothing could pierce.
Wow.
Only way to kill it is set it on fire, which causes it to explode. Oh, it's hilarious. That was a good one, too.
Down in Timbuktu, I found me a Gumbaroo.
Yeah. You ever seen a hide behind?
Gumbaroo.
The hide behind is a nocturnal fearsome critter. God, I keep seeing critter. That preys upon humans that wander in the woods. Was blamed for the disappearances of early loggers as they failed to return to camp. Where the hell's Steve? Probably got hide behind, got him. Yeah. As its name suggests, the hide behind is noted for its ability to conceal itself. When an observer attempts to look directly at it, the creature hides behind an object or the observer and therefore cannot be directly seen.
I love the lump the words together to make it scary.
Look, it's a hide behind. Too late. Look, it's hide. He's a critter. Hid. Every time.
One of those nasty critters.
The hide behind uses his ability to stalk human prey without being observed and to attack without warning. Their victims, including lumberjacks and others who frequent the forest, are then dragged back to the creature's lair to be devoured. The creature subsists chiefly upon the intestines of the victim and has a severe aversion to alcohol, which is considered a sufficient repellent. Better get drunk.
Better get drunk before they try and throw a Molotov at me.
Yep. So anyways, that's the hide behind. That's a good one.
Oh, no, that was the Gumbaroo.
Yeah. And then we got the Hoogag. That's a good one. It resembled a large terrestrial mammal quadruped with an extensive upper lip, preventing it from grazing, and jointless legs preventing it from lying down.
This is the worst
I know.
evolution I've ever seen.
So it's like got these real stiff legs, so just tip over. And it can't graze because it has this big upper lip that just like flops over.
It's like some of those dinosaurs. I'm like, I think you got bones mixed up.
You got bones from like a goat.
It's like
and an
it's still
elephant.
Tyrannosaurus. Just
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. You got some bones mixed up there.
Anyway, that's the Hoogag.
You two go down Suckface. I want you Hoogagging. Get out of there.
We go Hoogag tipping tonight. You'd fall right over. They got no joints on their legs.
It's like one of those fainting
goats. Yeah, they just stiffen up. Last one I got is called the Side Hill Gouger.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's adapted to living on hillsides by having legs on one side of their body shorter than legs on the opposite side. So he's no good on flat ground. Let me tell you this right now.
If he gets out of the hills, he can't run with it.
Yeah,
He just runs in a circle.
He ain't shit on flat ground, but on the hillside, he's a king.
He just runs in a small circle,
Yeah.
trying to get away on flat ground.
This peculiarity allows them to walk on steep hillsides, although only in one direction. When lured or chased into the plain, they are trapped in an endless circular path.
It did say that.
Yeah. Gougers are said to have migrated to the west from New England, a feat accomplished by a pair of gougers who clung to each other in a fashion comparable to a pair of drunks going home from town with their legs longer
So they would
on the
like,
outer sides.
outer do they would. Oh man,
There's a
they
Vermont.
countered it, huh?
Yep, there's a Vermont variation known as a Wampahoofus. It is reported. It's reported that farmers crossbreed them with their cows so they could graze on the mountainsides. That's a Wampahoofus, though.
It's a Wampahoofus.
Yeah,
That sounds like a Willy Wonka.
it does,
thing.
huh?
Yeah, that
Anyways,
got it from the Wampahoofus.
yeah, the Wampahoofus was as a fuzzy was.
Yeah, it's a Zeus book.
So those are the fearsome
The
critters.
Wampahoofus was a goofus.
Wampahoofus was a doofus, but that's okay because we don't mind.
The Side Hill Gouger.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
that's
it's
a
like the
pretty good
NASCAR of animals.
Yeah.
it just has to
Only
stay
go
on,
one
goes
direction.
around this one side.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But anyways,
That's a bunch of monsters.
yeah.
If you haven't heard of them,
legendary creatures.
maybe one of them will stick out if anybody ever brings up the Wampahoofus.
Before we leave, though, I want to talk about TacPack.
Oh, yeah.
Because today's podcast is brought to you by TacPack, the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful, professional-grade stuff inside. Use code CASUALPREPPers. Get a free separate bag sent of EDC gear along with your first month's TacPack.
Oh, Takapa.
TacPack.com.
You can counter the Anka.
Wampahoofus. Probably.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
Anyways, that's the Halloween special this year, guys.
It's a longie, but it'll save your life.
Yeah, you never know which one of
We
these
didn't tell you
creatures-
how to survive because you can't. You just don't. You just hope you never get in.
No. I mean, how you gonna survive a Loveland frog encounter?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just have
The
a gun
side
with
hill
you.
gouger or the Wampahoofus be easy.
Yeah, just run a flag
Run
ground.
into a flag ground.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate you listening. Stay survived.